guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Nikki. I'm a homeschool mom to an only kiddo. I am going to share with you a resource that I feel like not a lot of places talk about it, or not a lot of channels have discussed it, or that I've seen it being discussed. So I really want to show you the Critical Thinking Co's Editor-in-Chief. I have done through one level and I have the next level here for you, but I kind of wanted to discuss it. So if that is something that interests you, keep watching. So call me crazy, but I'm just going to throw it out there. I have not used IEW, but from what I have seen, this looks like a dupe for their Fix-It grammar. Now, I can only base it on what I have seen. I do own it, but we have not utilized it yet in our homeschool. But it's kind of like a dupe. If I'm stretching, you know, feel free to leave me your opinion. But that's just my opinion right now, or as of right now. So Editor-in-Chief, you would start, I believe this is the first book. This is beginning 1. And this is grades 2 through 3. So these are grammar like disasters and how to basically edit other people's work. So there's different types of things that we read through. There's a lesson that teaches the concepts or the punctuation or whatever in grammar that you utilize. And then there's the examples and how to edit that paragraph. So it'll have, so here is the lesson. So this lesson is all about good adjectives and adverbs. And so it's going to tell you what a good adjective and what a well, and that well is an adverb that describes verbs. So it's going to have this simple part of the lesson, and then it's going to have read the paragraph and correct the good, well errors. And so each paragraph, it'll tell you what needs to be corrected. So there's 4 that needs to be corrected in this paragraph. So this could be a very simple approach, but I like that because a lot of grammar programs have you write like your own things and correct your own work. But this is like throwing it in a different perspective of like editing other people's work. So it takes that like pressure of having to write out something. And this is just like going through and looking at, you know, the person who just wrote about a yummy fish head from a cat. Lots of different examples. Now, that lesson was fairly simple. Let's just say if we moved on to homophones, there's a lot more to this lesson of examples of like homophones, like bye, you know. It's also going over that root word concept. So it has homo is a root word that means same, and phone is a root word that means sound. So I have already talked about word roots, but that plays a role into kind of teaching the concept of that root word, and then a bunch of examples. And then they're going to read through the paragraphs and discuss the things that need changes. So just, I don't know, the answers are also in the back of the book, which is very convenient. We are literally almost done. Like, I think we have maybe 5 more lessons in this beginner's book, and like mini reviews. But the concepts that are taught in this beginner's book here is capitalization, punctuation, and an A, verb tenses, contractions, nouns and pronouns, singular, plural nouns, am, is, are, verbs, I and me, subject, verb, agreement, was, were, run-on sentences, sentence, fragment, good and well, comparison, and actually it looks like homophones was the last lesson. So there's about 16 lessons, so the books are fairly short and doable. Like we've we haven't been doing this for very long. But it's been nice, and I've noticed a big improvement with her being able to point out the things that she's learning. So Critical Co has actually sent me level 1. I'm not 100% sure if we're going to utilize this in our 4th grade year, and it's not because I don't like it. I just think we already have enough that we're going to be doing, unless I'm able to not necessarily teach her the lesson from this book, but use like the examples for other concepts that she's learning in other books. So like say in her grammar book, if she's having to write out a concept there, let's just take an example with adjectives. Instead of having to teach her adjectives, which is lesson 6, which like by now, honestly, she should know what an adjective is. Let's be real. We're going into 4th grade. If she doesn't know what an adjective is by now, I feel like I'm failing her. There's like about 6 pages for this lesson. So as this book was way less intense, the intensity is kind of wrapping up in this level 1 book, but you're getting more thorough paragraphs. So in this lesson, it's telling the student to read the passage, correct the adjective, the adverb, and the article errors. There are no errors in the picture or the caption, which is on the page. So it has 3 adjectives to correct, 3 adverbs, and 1 article, and the paragraphs are getting a little bit longer. So she has 1, 2, 3, 4 paragraphs that she could read through. So if I know that, you know, we're learning the adjectives and the adverbs and the articles, I can simply pull this and add it to whatever she was doing if she needs extra work or practice on a concept. And so if I do incorporate this book, I think that's how I would do it, because we already have a pretty solid grammar curriculum for next year. But I just wanted to kind of maybe throw it out there that if you are looking for the IEW type of style, but this I believe was significantly less price, like I want to say less than $10. I will find that out and post it here on the screen. But check out Editor-in-Chief. I know they have higher levels as well. This next level is for grades 4 and 5. Again, you can kind of start anywhere that you think your child will fit. And if you want or have any questions, if you have any questions for me, leave them in the comments down below, and I will try to answer them to the best of my ability. Thanks, guys. We'll see you in my next video.